How's it going, guys? My name is TJP, and welcome back to the Madden NFL 24 Franchise Ruling Challenge. So we're back with our final AFC team that didn't make the playoffs, I believe, which is going to be the New England Patriots. So we've got 5 seasons to win a Super Bowl, or just, compete. 5 seasons for the rebuild, injuries on. These will be the rules for the rest of the videos that I haven't done yet. They've been the rules before, and they will continue to be the rules. Not meant to be realistic, and if I mispronounce any names, it may or may not happen. Just letting you guys know now. Now, with that all being said, we're getting into the gameplay. Before we do, leave a like, subscribe, comment out some videos, go to socials, playlist, second channel, main channel, down in the description. If you like the content, me TJP. And yes, if you see my camera kind of flickering, it's because I'm rendering a video right now, so it might just do that. Hopefully it's not going to be too annoying. But I need to get videos out, so whatever happens, happens. With that being said, alright, so let's take a look here at the rosters that we're going to be dealing with here to start off the season with the Patriots. Some interesting players on this team. So obviously got Mac Jones. For some reason, I love Mac Jones and friggin' Madden. So, yeah, for some reason, he's just good for me. So I'm going to keep him on the team the whole time. We got Ezekiel Elliott. He's our running back. With also we got Ramondre Stevenson. So yeah, Elliott and Stevenson. Don't have a fullback. Wide receiver got Juju Smith-Schuster, Devontae Parker, Kendrick Bourne. Those are your top 3 guys. Tight end, we got Mike Gesicki. Also Hunter Henry. Left tackle, Trent Brown. Left guard, Cole Strange. David Andrews, center. Right guard is Micah Onwenu. Riley Reese could be our right tackle, except he's not because Connor McDermott's going to be right now while he's hurt. Lawrence the guy. Christian Barmore, your left ends. Dietrich Weiss Jr., right end. Gotcho is going to be our defensive tackle. We definitely need another defensive tackle. Judon and Josh Jay. We have left outside linebacker. Mid linebacker, we got Jawan Bentley. Right outside linebacker is Jelani Tavai. Jonathan Jones, corner with Christian Gonzalez and Marcus Jones. Adrian Phillips, free safety. Well, he would be the starting one if he wasn't hurt. And Kyle Duggar's our strong safety. Julian Peppers is not Julian Peppers. Jabril Peppers is also there too. Chad Ryland, kicker, punter, Bryce Barringer. And then we got some picks. An extra 6th rounder this year and a 7th rounder via Chicago. That's really about it. Honestly, their team on paper isn't too amazing. But we'll see how we can end up doing. Does anybody want to sign for this season? I mean, I'm not too opposed to doing so. Is there any defensive tackles that we kind of add because we just are limited on them? I mean, Ndamukong Suh wouldn't be too bad for a season. I could pick him up. Also, Brandon Williams because he fits the team. I think I'm just going to go with Suh for the year. Why not? We have a lot of money. This team, I will say, has a lot of money to play around with, which is pretty gosh darn good. So let's just take a look at the improved team functionality before we do anything else. I'm curious to see if there's anything else that we would need. Again, we have a lot of money to play around with. So we have some positions needs are a bit thin. Obviously, our right tackle because we have an injury. I mean, that's not going to be like that for too long. But I think other than that, I think we kind of just roll with the team. And if we want to make a move at the mid-season point, we can. So, yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep the team as is, and we'll see you guys at the mid-season point. I don't expect this to be good, so I'll see you guys once I'm there. Well, we are good. I didn't expect it, but we are good. We got to take on the Dolphins. They're pretty. I mean, we're in a tough one. I mean, we got the Bills, who are 6-1. I mean, they're always going to be a tough team to try to beat in this game, but yeah, we are offensively 5th in terms of total yards and then 15th in defensive rank. So that's good. Now let's see the Sean Elliott, 6 interceptions. That's pretty crazy. See the stats. So Mac Jones, I mean, he's throwing a lot, but a lot of interceptions. So cut those down, and your passer rating's going to go way up. So yeah, we need to keep that as is and keep throwing touchdowns. That's what we need out of you, Mac Jones. I mean, Ezekiel Elliott, 576 and 7 TDs. We'll take that from him. Ramondre Stevenson, 122 and 2. So that's good. Receiving-wise, Devontae Parker, 40-38, 2 TDs, 310 for Kendrick Bourne. Juju Smith-Schuster's got 266 yards. Hunter Henry, 205, 4 TDs. Gesicki's got 181, so that's cool. Blocking overall, pretty solid. Could be a little bit better, but, it'll suffice. Peppers, most tackles on the team with 41. 38 from Bentley. 36 from Duggar. 31 from Jonathan Jones. 29 from Marcus Jones. Gonzalez with 26 tackles. In terms of sacks, 3.5 from Judon. 2 from Wise Jr. And Sue and Guy, 1.5. We're going to see these guys down here. We got 4 interceptions as a team. Jonathan Jones leading the way. In terms of kicking, Chad Ron's been good. Only missed 1 extra point. We got Bryce Barringer as our punter, and then just kick return and punt return. So, we are 5th in terms of total offensive yards. That's because we're throwing the ball a lot. 1,576 yards is going to be near the top of the league. We also are fairly high on that rush with 831. We're scoring 20.6 points per game, which is not that high. So we are getting up and down the football field, but we're not scoring a lot. And I will say defensively, we're, top half of the league, 15th. It's close. It's more middle, but it is still considered top half of the league. And yeah, 1,504 yards is what we're at, which is pretty good to see. Now, our rush yards allowed, also pretty good to see. We're definitely better defending against the rush. And then, of course, 148 points allowed. It's a little high, but it's, we're still 5-2, so I can't be mad about that. Seahawks, they have been really good this year. 6-0. Wow, crazy. Is there any moves we can make? Yes. I'm going to see if there's anything that we can do at this midseason point to try to make a trade. So I'll look around, and if I can find something, I'll let you guys know. All right, so I said I'm not making any trades here. The reason being, I just couldn't find anything out there. But I will say this. We didn't make the playoffs regardless. 9-8, which is not too bad. Now, we weren't the greatest offensive team, neither the greatest defensive team. So I expect us to lose against the Bengals. I mean, I would be shocked if we beat them, but, weird things happen in this game all the time. And Mac Jones, nothing too crazy from him, almost 3,500 yards, 22 DDs, 15 interceptions, a little high. Not the greatest passer rating, but for some reason, I trust this guy, so we're going to keep him around. 1,117 yards, 11 TDs from Elliott. Mondre Stevenson, 352 and 5, 261 from Mac Jones. In terms of receiving, we've got Vontae Parker, 942 and 6 TDs. Andrew Bourne, 658 and 1, 502 and 7 for Henry. Juju Smith-Schuster, 507 and 1. Gesicki's got 349 and 2. 254 and 2 from Elliott. Even Elliott's getting a lot of receiving yards. He was actually really good for us. Blocking, Calvin Anderson, a little too many sacks, my liking. Our left side wasn't very good, so kind of scares me a little bit. Juwan Bentley, 99 tackles to lead the team. There we got Jabril Peppers with 95, 85 from Duggar, 84 from Christian Gonzalez, which is nice to see. I see a lot of guys with tackles for losses. Matthew Judon, though, leading the team in sacks with 8.5, 4.5 from Wise Jr., which has got 3, 2 for Lawrence Guy. You can see a few other guys here, some half sacks, things of that nature. In terms of interceptions, Phillips with 3. We had a bunch of guys with 2 and 1. So it's nice to see you there. Chad Ryland, not too bad. Missed 4 field goals, missed an extra point. Behringer, punting, and kick return, and punt return here. So yeah, offensively, we weren't that great. 24th in terms of total yards gained, which is not a lot. We're kind of low on the passing. And then rush-wise, we also weren't too high either. And we only scored 19.8 points per game, which is near the bottom. So, not too great. In terms of defense, we take a look here at our defensive yards allowed. And, in this front, our team was not too great either. In terms of that front. Now, 3781 pass yards allowed. It's pretty high. And then 1,818 rush yards allowed. That's not too bad. And then 389 points in total is also pretty high. So I don't know how this team actually ended up making the playoffs, but we did. So it must have been because we had a great first half of the season. 5-2. Went 4-6 the rest of the way. But we were able to slip in, so I can't be too mad about that. If we view the playoff bracket, in case you guys are curious, there it is. Cowboys in the bottom right corner. So if we win, it'd be nice, but I don't foresee that happening against the 12-5 Bengals. But, weirder things have happened in this game, so let's just head on to the Super Sim and see what ends up happening in the game. See once I'm there. All right, so we're about to enter the Super Sim. We got we're playing at Cincinnati, so let's see what happens here. We're gonna sim to the end of the game. So we're gonna start off here. First blood, 7-0. We stopped. We didn't stop the Bengals there. 7-3. They're gonna get a touchdown of 7-10 second quarter. We score here. We do make it 14-10 going to the second half. Bengals 17-14. We're going to take the lead there 21-17. Fourth quarter, Bengals get a field goal. We score. We actually do score. Make it 28-20. And it's tied. We get a field goal. They get a field goal. And we win somehow. Okay. Back to back. I don't know how we won. See, that doesn't make any sense to me. But we won. So, hey, I'll take it. Let's go. 34-31. So we're going on to the divisional round here. Good for us. I mean, I'm surprised. I wanted to see the stats, but I accidentally pressed the X button there. So you guys didn't see it, but it looked like we did okay. My bad there on that. I mean, I could technically go back and look, but yeah, Roger Stevenson, we're going to upgrade him here, or at least try to. I guess not. It'll auto-upgrade because I have that set up. So, of course, we got a date with the Bills now. They were 13-4 on the season, Highmark Stadium. Obviously, their rankings, they're still a pretty good team. But, yeah, I'm kind of surprised we beat the Bengals. But here we are, right? So, I mean, I can't be too mad about that. Now, the question is, will we be able to beat the Bills to advance the conference championship? I don't know, but I guess might as well simulate and find out. So, I'll see you guys in the free, what is it, the full sim? The Super Sim, yeah. I keep messing up the names. But you know what I mean. Home of the Bills, Highmark Stadium. About to enter the Super Sim and see how we do here against the Bills. So we're starting it off with no points there. Actually get 7-0. So we're up 7-0 going to the second quarter. Bills get a field goal there. They stop us. Can we score here? We do. 14-3 going to the second half. Bills going to get another field goal, 14-6. We make it 17, and now they get 14 out of it. Fourth quarter, we're back and forth here. We score. It's 24-14. We're going to end up beating the Bills. Okay. I don't know what's happening, but we are going to the conference championship in our first season. I barely did anything. And I don't even understand how that's possible. That's what I'm saying. In Mac Jones, we trust. That's what it comes down to, ladies and gentlemen. In Mac Jones, we trust. Even though he wasn't that great. Something about him, man. Just something about him. I mean, Roger Stevenson, 19 carries, 72 yards. I mean, Juju Smith was good. 6 receptions, 94 yards. Dante Parker. But yeah, I mean, we're in the conference championship. I don't know how, but here we are. I am genuinely shocked. But let's see what ends up happening once we get there. So, good start so far. All right, we got the Chiefs in the AFC Conference Championship game here. And again, the Chiefs, not a great defensive team, but they were really good offense. So, we'll see what ends up happening. I mean, we've more than exceeded my expectations at this point. So, whatever happens, happens. Let's just go to the Super Sim and see what happens. I'll see you once I'm there. All right, so, about to enter the Super Sim here at Geha Stadium. I think that's how you say it. I'm not sure, but it doesn't really matter. Let's just see if we can beat them. So, starting off there, Kansas City's going to go up 7-0, 14-0 in the first quarter. We do score, make it 14-7. They score again 21-7. Can we score? We don't. Second half here. Can't get a stop. Looks like we're going to lose here against Kansas City. Yeah, they're destroying us. 31-7. Finally score, make it 31-15. They score again, and it's going to be 38-15. So our run ends in Kansas City. Didn't think we'd get this far, so the fact that we did is, promising. But, I'm going to make moves, and the team's going to get better on paper, and we're still going to lose on the wild card. Because, the game's the game. But we got to do what we got to do. So, I actually am happy with how we performed. Surprisingly, 70% completion percentage for Mac Jones. Couldn't throw for a touchdown, though. Elliott didn't have a great game. 14 carries and only 26 yards. That's less than 2 yards a carry, which is not great. But that's all right. Listen, exceeded my expectations. I didn't think we'd make the playoffs, and we almost got to the Super Bowl. So let's look at the season recap here. It was the Cowboys beating the Chiefs. Dak Prescott, Super Bowl MVP, Patrick Mahomes, NFL MVP, Sirianni, Coach of the Year, Cooper Kupp, Josh Allen, Defensive Player of the Years, Anthony Richardson for the Colts, Offensive Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year was Will Anderson Jr. All right, it's going to the offseason. We've got a lot of money to play around. So we have $117 million in cap room. There's some guys we want to re-sign. Wenu, Duggar, obviously. Che wouldn't mind re-signing. Mike Sick, we can bring him back. Obviously, Mac Jones has an option, so we're going to accept that 5th-year option for the guy. Hunter Henry. Yeah, a lot of guys up here for renegotiation, so let me see what we can keep, and we shall advance on from there. So let's do it. All right, so if you guys want to test here, when I want to get back, Uchig I want to get back, Jasicki, wouldn't mind trying to get back either. Some of these other guys we can find replacements for, so not too big of a deal. And yeah, we have a lot of money in cap to play around with, so I'll see you guys at free agency. We're going to try to make some signings and then go on from there. Hopefully it's a good free agency draft class. I mean, it should be a good free agency class. So, all right, so free agency recap. I thought we had a solid free agency, so I'm going to show you guys what we ended up doing here. So we did get a new defensive tackle. That's going to team with DJ Reader. Re-signed Mike Jasicki. Josh J we got back. Jonathan Peoples-Jones. We got another wide receiver. Cornerback, we got Marcus Peters. Cesar Ruiz, new right guard. Because Mike Owenu left. It is what it is. And we got Nijman to be our right tackle, which isn't too crazy, but hey, we'll take it. We needed a right tackle. So, I mean, at the draft, I'll show you guys who we do take with our first pick. We got some trade offers here. Curious to see what they're looking like. Ramondre Stevenson, let's read the offer. Let's see what it would look like. Don't like any of these deals. I mean, Williams, nope, don't like that deal. Don't like any of those deals. So we could decline all those. And then what is this one for? We're definitely not going to do it, but we'll look at that. It's probably going to be garbage. Rondell Moore isn't too bad, actually. Cortland Sutton. Collins. I do need a right tackle. Nah, we're good. We're good on these. All right, I'm just going to go to the draft. I'll see you guys once I'm there with my first pick. I'll show you guys who we're taking. All right, so first round here. Getting curious to see who we want to get. Is anybody good out here? I mean, DeAndre Goodwell we could take. I mean, I could just take Scotty Williams if I really wanted to. This be our backup QB. I think I could do that, but I don't really need him. A right tackle wouldn't be too bad. Marcus Taylor. I'm going to take Marcus Taylor, actually. We're going to go with him. He is coming out of Notre Dame, so we're going to take Marcus Taylor welcome to the team. So let me guys show you the draft recap, the rest of the moves that we did in the draft. So obviously we got Taylor. He was our top pick. Let's get another wide receiver, a couple wide receivers, defensive tackle, a linebacker, free safety, and a running back. So that's what we ended up doing in the draft. But I'm glad we got Marcus Taylor. So he should be pretty solid for us, help out our O-line. And yeah, let's go on to the second season. Let's see how we're going to perform. The second season, let's take a look at the roster that we're going to be fielding. I mean, I feel like we definitely got better. I mean, Mac Jones, he's still here. We got Elliott and Stevenson, our running backs. Wide receivers, Juju Smith-Schuster, Jonathan Peoples-Jones, and Devontae Parker, your top 3 guys. Tight ends, Henry and Jasicki. Left tackle, we've got Trent Brown to be our guy. Cole Strange, left guard. Center's going to be David Andrews. Right guard is going to be Cesar Ruiz. Marcus Taylor, right tackle. Also fits the team, by the way. Left end is going to be Christian Barmore. Dietrich Wise Jr., right end. DJ Reader, defensive tackle. We've got Joe, Judon, Uche, left outside linebackers. Juwan Bentley, mid linebacker. Right outside linebackers, Jelani Tavai still, which is cool. Corners, Jonathan Jones, Christian Gonzalez, and Marcus Peters, your top 3 guys. Phillips, free safety, strong safeties, still Duggar. We also got Peppers as well. And then Chad Ryland, so we are not Chad Ryland. Chad Ryland, kicker, and then punter, Bryce Barringer. And that is all she wrote. We have all our picks. No other picks. I'm trying to think. Do we want another mid linebacker? Probably want another mid linebacker. So I'm going to take a look at the improved team. I mean, we could use another one. We have Bentley, but we also have Mapu, I guess, so it's not too bad. Right tackle, Marcus Taylor is our guy. I mean, we still could use definitely a better right tackle, but I think for now, I guess we can keep the team as is. It's nothing too wild with that. So I think that is pretty much about it. So, I mean, I guess if I can get a mid linebacker, because I do kind of want another one. then I will make a move for a mid linebacker. Otherwise, I think I'll just keep the team as is. I traded for Denzel Perryman and 2 7th-round picks this year. I traded a future 3rd, 4th, and 6th-round pick to get another mid linebacker and a couple 7s for this upcoming season. So yeah, that's the only move I'm going to make for now. Maybe at the mid-season we can try to make another move. But if our team was good last season, it should be good this season, hopefully. I mean, I think we got better, but only way to find us is simulate. So I'll see you guys once I'm at the mid-season point. All right, so we're 3-3 at the mid-season, which is kind of interesting. Our offensive rank is absolutely terrible. Defensively, we're solid, but nothing too crazy there. Let's see the stats and see what's going on here. Mac Jones, 1,132 yards, 8 TDs, 5 interceptions, 66% complete percentage, 90.9 pass rating. Nothing wild about that. Rushing-wise, I mean, Elliott's been solid. He's running a lot. Only had 1 TD. But Ramondre Stevenson has 8, which is kind of cool. I guess he's just like, oh, let's put situational runner, get a touchdown. He's got 8 TDs already, which is nice. Donovan Peoples-Jones, my leading receiver, 384 and 3 TDs. 268 and 1 for Juju. Henry, 185 and 160 for Parker. So not too bad there. In terms of blocking, I guess it's not terrible. I mean, Brown and Taylor allowed the most amount of sacks so far. Jonathan Jones, 32 tackles lead the team. 31 from Gonzalez, 29 from Peppers and Peters, 27 from Judon and Perryman, which isn't too bad. In terms of sacks, 6.5 from Judon. That's nice. We got a few other guys here with some sacks. Interceptions, we got 3 from Peppers and 1 from a bunch of these guys down here. So that's good to see. So 8 interceptions in total. Chad Ryan's been perfect so far. In terms of kicking, punting, got Bryce, and then we got kick return and punt return. Stevenson leading those special teams. So yeah, offensively, bottom 3 in offense in terms of total yards gained. Yeah, we're not doing too hot there. The passing is in the bottom 3. Our rush isn't super high either. So that's a formula for not being able to get up and down the football field. And that doesn't mean we're not scoring a lot, though, because we are at 24.7 points per game. So when we do get up the field, we score. But, yeah, let's see here. Now, defensively, you saw we were 12th in terms of total yards allowed, which is pretty good. Pass yards allowed, 1270. So that's not too bad there. Rush-wise, could be better on the rush. We're only allowed 130 points, which isn't too bad. Yeah, we're 3-3 right now, which, again, isn't great. But I feel like we can, still have a good second half of the season. And is there anything that we could do to improve this team currently as we stand? Is there any moves that we could make? I mean, yes and no. Yes and no. I'm looking here. I mean, there are definitely moves. I mean, Mac Jones, obviously, I do want to be my quarterback. So there's nothing I really want to do about that. Yeah, I think we're good. I think I'm happy with the team. I mean, we should be able to make the playoffs again. I mean, if we made the playoffs last season with a team that was definitely inferior to this one, I mean, we should be able to make it this year. I know some teams get better, but some teams also get worse. And our team definitely got better. So I'll see you guys at the playoffs. We'll see how we fare the rest of the way. All right, well, we ended up missing it, 8-9. Just missed out. Unfortunately, not the best. I mean, Mac Jones, 36-76, 32 TD, 17 interceptions. He throws a lot of interceptions. 66% completion percentage, 92.7 pass rate. It's not bad. I'm going to cut down those interceptions. I mean, Elliott, 1,361, rush yards, 5 TDs. Ramondre Stevenson, 260 and 12, so that's good to see there. Peoples-Jones, 892, 7 TDs, 836 and 8 from Devontae Parker, 813 and 5 from Schuster. Henry, 580 and 8, so that's not too bad there in terms of the receiving. Elliott and also Jaceki up there too. Blocking-wise, Trent Brown, 12 sacks, a little too many for my liking, buddy. Bill Peppers, 90 tackles lead the team. Duggar's got 79, 75 for Christian Gonzalez. Marcus Peters, 73. 69 from Jonathan Jones, 61 from Matthew Judon, 52 from Phillips and Perryman. Sack-wise, looks like Judon's going to lead the way with 9. 4 from Wise Jr., 3.5 from Barmore, 2 from Josh. And then a few guys down here with 1.5, 1.5 respectively. We had 3 guys with 4 interceptions, Peppers, Peters, and Phillips. 2 guys with 2, and then 2 guys with 1. Chad Ryland, second half of the season kicking was terrible. Missed 5 field goals in total. Punting, and then you could kick return and punt return. So, again, we kind of just missed out. We ended up having 15th in terms of total offensive yards, which is better. Pass yards, 3698 total, which is probably close to the middle, slightly below average. And 1,884 rush yards. Similar story, top half of the league slightly, but close to the middle. We did score 24.1 points, which is good. In terms of yardage here, defensively, about average. Pass yards allowed was near the bottom, second lowest. And then our rush yards allowed, we allowed a little too many for my liking. 389 points allowed too. Ended up being fairly high. So, yeah, I don't know how. That's what I'm saying. I told you. We make moves to improve the team, and then the team doesn't improve. It's kind of weird. Very, very weird. Sometimes that things work. Okay. We're just going to advance to the Super Bowl. Let's see who ends up winning it. And then we got our third season on the way. We'll try to make some more moves to get ourselves back into playoff contention. Super Bowl, who won it? It was the Bills beating the Eagles. Josh Allen, Mahomes, Sirianni, Shee Rice, Garrett. We got Frank Trent from the Chargers, Dennis Griffith from the Packers winning Rookies of the Year, respectively. So we're going to go on to the third season. Let's see if we try to get back into the... All right, we got 12 players up for negotiations. I'm going to show you guys who we've got. I'd like to keep Stevenson on the team. Peppers would like to keep a few of these guys here that wouldn't mind trying to keep on the team. So we're going to make some contract offers and see who will want to stay or who's going to want to test. All right, so Peppers wants to test. Judo wants to test. Wise Jr. wants to test. Ishman we can kind of just let walk. It's not too bad. So, yeah, $45 million to play around with in free agency is not too bad. So we'll try to see if we can make some moves to make this team better and get some of those guys back or find adequate replacements. We also need a mid linebacker too. All right, so end of free agency here. We did make some moves. We got Hyde, new free safety, fits C2 at Levante Dated, another mid linebacker. We re-signed Matt Judon. We got Hunter Renfrow, another wide receiver, and then we got Charles Omenihu to be our new right end. So not too bad. Like the moves we made. We got the draft. I'll show you guys what we do in the draft recap because I believe we do have our first round pick. I'm not going to show you guys who we take in the draft since it's not like a number 1 pick. It is auto-generated rookies. So I'll see you guys once I'm at the draft recap, who we end up taking. All right, so let's look at the draft recap here. And I feel like we did some interesting stuff here. We got Hightower, Trevino, Sherwood, Moore, Hannah, Norton, Callaway, Hotaling, and then Randall Bennett. So that was what we ended up doing in the draft. Overall, pretty solid. Let's see how the team does in this third season. Hopefully we're able to get back into the postseason, playoffs, whatever you want to call it. I'll see. Season is upon us. Look at the roster. And, I mean, on paper, I feel like we're okay. Mac Jones, here he is, doing his thing out there. We got Ramondre Stevenson and Elliott as our backs. Maybe we try to get a dominant running back. There's a possibility that we could do that. Wide receiver, well, you saw there the guy Allen. Wide receivers got Juju Smith-Schuster still with Jonathan Peoples-Jones and Hunter Renfrow now, top 3 guys. Tight end, we got Gesicki and Henry. Trent Brown, left tackle. Left guards, Cole Strange. David Andrews, center. Right guard, Cesar Ruiz. Marcus Taylor, right tackle. Barmore, left end. Omenihu, it's got a right end. DJ Reader and Devon God shows our defensive tackles. Josh J, left outside linebacker. Juwan Bentley, also our mid linebacker. We actually have 2 there because we also have Lamont David. Outside linebackers to buy. Gonzalez, Jones, and Peters, corners. Jones also down there. A bunch of Jones are down there. Hyde is hurt right now, but we also have Adrian Phillips, our free safety. And then strong safety is Duggar, but he's hurt. So Alex Hightower, who drafted. Kicker is still Chad Ryland, and punter is still Bryce Ballinger. So, not too bad. Okay. Are there any moves that we could make to start off this season? Yes, there are. Yes, there are. Let's take a look at the improved team functionality and see what we got going on. Looking here. I mean, overall, I feel like the team is, on paper, is good. I mean, we have some injuries here to our safeties. I kind of think I want to get a better running back. at some point. Do I do it now or do I wait till the midseason? I might wait till the midseason. But we have 20 million to play around with here, and I know it's like, oh, running backs, because I feel like it's going to be more, make some offense more dynamic, run the ball a little bit. I'm trying to think who would be a good fit. Looking around, I mean, John Taylor wouldn't be too bad. He's under contract for 3 more seasons. Colts, so could try to get him. He'd fit the scheme. Saquon Barkley, haven't traded for in a while. Could get him. McCaffrey, but he's expiring. I mean, Etienne Jr., he's really good. Dalvin Cook. So there's a lot of guys out there. I think Josh Jacobs would be amazing. I don't know if I can get him, though. He would fit the scheme of the team. I might try to get Josh Jacobs. I have to throw in a bunch of first-rounders. I mean, let's see. Let's see if I can get him. If I throw in, like, a pick this year and a pick in, like, 2027. I don't know if they do that. They might. If I threw in a third first-round pick, they definitely do it. 100%. Bingo. That's all we need to do. We can get him on our team. Can you give me somebody else though, or can you give me like a give me like a 5th and a 6th rounder as well? Throw that in there. Why don't you? Okay, no, we're not. Okay, they don't want to do that. Yeah, they want a 2nd rounder. Okay, I'll think about. I'll wait till the midseason to make a move. But I like our team, so let's see how we end up doing. I'll see you guys once I'm there. All right, so our team is all right. 4-3. It's nothing too crazy to write home about. But you can see our rankings, and nothing too crazy. But we are 4-3, so that's good. I do think I want to make a trade to kind of push us over that hump. Mac Jones, I guess it's all right. Again, the interceptions are a little high. I wish you could cut those down. I mean, Stevenson and Elliott, they're kind of doing their thing out there. It's not too bad. Receiving-wise, Peoples-Jones, 372 to lead the team. 3 TDs. Gesicki's been good. Yeah, so Gesicki's been good. 53-3. Schuster's been solid. 281-2. Renfro also getting a little bit of touches as well. Our blocking has been okay. Could be better. Could be worse. Tackles, we got Levante Dated in the team at 47. 33 from Tabai. 31 from Kyle Duggar. 30 from Jones. We had 3 guys with at least 22. 3 guys with 18. Sacks, 2.5 from Reader, 1.5 from Barmore, and we got a bunch of guys with 1, 4 guys with 1, and 4 guys with half the sack. So that's cool to see. 2 guys with interceptions, Duggar and Hyde. Chad Rowell, got to get a better kicker if you're going to kick like that. That's just not going to cut it. Bryce Baringer, he's been good. Punting-wise, and you got your kick return and punt return. We haven't had a kick return? That's crazy. So yeah, 20th in yards. It's not great, but it's not bad. It could be worse. I do think I want to get... I really want to get, what's his face? Josh Jacobs. I have my eyes set on him. Because I could definitely get him. That'll definitely make our offense more dynamic. Because then we can run the ball a little more. We're scoring all right, which is good. I mean, defensively, we've been fairly... Again, slightly bottom of the league in that department as well. Our pass defense, we're allowing a little bit of yardage. Nothing too crazy. But they're getting up and down the field against us, these teams. 150 points. Yeah, right around them, middle of the pack. So, yeah, I do think I want to get that trade there with the Raiders done. So, I'm going to do it. I'm going to throw in a bunch of picks, and we're going to get Josh Jacobs on this team. He's under contract for a few seasons, so I might as well. Deal done. I traded away 3 firsts, 2 seconds, and a third. But we got ourselves Josh Jacobs. And we got a 5th, 6th, 7th round pick for this year. Just to get some extra depth for the team since we traded away all of our good picks. But, yep, Josh Jacobs. Hopefully that helps our team make our offense more dynamic. So we can run the ball a little bit more. I mean, it's not like we're... Yeah, we actually are 23rd in rush yards per game, so... It'll be helpful. I'll see you guys at the mid-season, not the mid-season, but this playoffs. Hopefully we're there. Mac Jones is up for contract. There's a few guys up for contract here, so I'd like to keep Mac Jones on the team if we can. I mean, he'd be interested, so we could throw him like a contract if he wants to stay. I mean, that should get the job done. Yep. All right, we got him. I want to keep him around, so everybody else will wait till the... what is it called? The end of the season. So we won't have too much. I don't think we'll have too much money, but we'll see. All right, this team ended up being really good 13-4 on the season, so that's excellent. Our defense stepped it up, which is really good. I'm happy. We're going to be really good. Unfortunately, we didn't get the bye. I would have liked to have gotten the bye, 13-4. But Mac Jones did have a good season this year, 3,606 yards, 36 TDs, 9 interceptions. He cut those down, 69% complete percentage, and 108.2 passer ratings. So there you go. Beautiful stuff. Josh Jacobs, 1,485 yards, 10 TDs, 603 and 8 from Rondé Stevenson. So I like that a lot. Even Mac Jones getting a lot of runs in. You saw that. Peoples-Jones, 919 and 6 TDs to lead the team. Juju Smith-Schuster, 751 and 8. 737 and 7 from Gesicki. Renfro, 60-25 and 6. I like that. Our blocking was, I guess, a little bit better than it was this, last season. So that's good to see. Defensively, Duggar, 81 tackles, 70 from Bentley, 64 from David, 57 from Tavai. Jones, the Jones guys, 54, 52 from Barmore and Gonzalez. In terms of sacks, 6.5 from Judon, 5 from Barmore, 4.5 from Amihu and Reeder, which is cool to see. Got a bunch of guys here with half sack. And then 2 interceptions from Gonzalez and 1 from a bunch of these guys down here. So 8 as a total. There's your kicking, punt return, kick return, and punt return. So overall, not too bad. 14th in terms of yards gained, which is all right. It's not too bad. I'll take it. We did score a lot, I will say that. That's very promising. Our passing, a little bit low, but we did run the ball a little bit more, which is what we needed to do. And we finished with 25.6 points per game, which is not too bad. The Chiefs were 14-3. Who was the second best team? I don't know. Who had the second best team? The Eagles. Gotcha. That makes sense. All right. But you see our defensive yards allowed, pretty solid. Didn't really let teams get up and down the football field too much against us. We defended well against the rush. 327 points allowed, which isn't too bad. Curious to see how this team's going to be in the playoffs, because that's what scares me a little bit. Now, we do have the matchup set in stone here with the Jets, 9-8. We're at Gillette. Let's see what ends up happening. I'll see you guys in the Super Sim. We got a little snow action. I actually like this. This is kind of cool. So we got some snow. Does the snow show up on the Super Sim? I would assume it does. Does it? It does, yes. Okay. So starting off 7-0. 14-2. They actually got a safety on us. 17-2. Second half we're going into. They score a lot. Wow, they just completely took the lead. What is going on, game? Okay, tie up the game there. Fourth quarter, they're going to get a field goal. We get a field goal. They're going to score. And we don't win the game. That's incredible, game. This is why I love EA, man. EA, when we get it, we build a better team and we end up losing in the division, in the wild card. But when we have a terrible team, it somehow goes all the way to the conference championship. Oh, man. Oh, God. Actually, I don't really like those graphics. From that angle, it doesn't look that good. Okay, well, definitely a disappointment. I don't know. Our defense completely choked in the second quarter. I don't know what happened. Kind of weird there, but I mean, Josh Jacobs, I guess 19 carries for 81 yards. Do the math on that. That's not too bad. Smith-Schuster only had 2 catches. I mean, Jones is all right. All right. I mean, a disappointing ending to the season, but very predictable. All right. So let's see who won the Super Bowl and then go on to the offseason. Eagles get the W this time. Slade Jr. MVP. Burrow, Peterson, Hurts, Lawrence II. Then we had Devontae Castle from the Rams and Chargers Leslie Crowder. All right, let's go on to the fourth season. Some work. We have some players up for contract. Not a lot, but definitely guys I would like to keep on the team. Most of these guys. Kennard could just walk, but yeah, I mean, Gonzalez I'd like to keep. He has an option, so we're going to accept it. But yeah, these guys I'd like to get, so let's try to see if we can keep them around, and then any other remaining money we'll just use in free agency. All right, basically kept everyone. Perfect. $28 million to play around with. Try to add some pieces to this team, so I'm going to go do that right now. Let's see what ends up happening. All right, I traded for Oweh from the Jets, as well as a 6th and 7th round pick this season for a 2nd and 3rd round pick next year. So we get a better right outside linebacker for our team. And I'm going to show you guys the free agency recap since I made all the signings that I wanted to make. I do think our team is definitely improved on paper. Hopefully. I mean, we could get past the wild card round after having a great season last year in the regular season, but that doesn't mean too much if we're going to lose like that to the Jets. I believe. Was it to the Jets? It was to the Jets, actually. So, yeah. Got Matthew, Stewart, and Asamoah. So, just a few defensive players to help out on that front. And that's about it. I'll see you guys at the fourth season. I mean, we have a draft, but it's really not much. I mean, I can show you guys draft recap, but it's basically low picks. All right, I might as well show you the draft recap. I mean, we're here, so here it is, in case you are curious. We got Tavares Day, Santos, Binns, Ross, and we got mid linebacker McDaniels, Parham, and Jones. That was our draft recap. Let's head on to the fourth season. Let's see if we can get back to the playoffs. We should be able to get back to the playoffs, I mean, talent-wise, but the question is, can we advance far in the playoffs? We're going to find out. Here we go. Fourth season is upon us. Let's see how we're going to perform in this year. I mean, Mac Jones, QB, obviously. Got Jacobs, Stevenson, our running backs. No more Ezekiel Elliott, so he's gone. Allen as our fullback, wide receivers, Juju Smith-Schuster, Donovan Peoples-Jones, and Hunter Renfrow are top 3 wide receivers. Tight ends, got Chiseki and Henry. Trent Brown, left tackle. Left guard's Cole Strange, Pat Moore center, Cesar Ruiz right guard, right tackle's Marcus Taylor, left end's going to be Christian Barmore, Charles Omenihu is going to be our right end, DJ Reader and Grover Stewart defensive tackles, Josh Jay's going to be a left outside linebacker, Juan Bentley mid linebacker with Samoa, Dafe is going to be our right outside linebacker, Christian Gonzalez corner with Jones and also Jones, a lot of Jones, Tyrann Mathieu, free safety for the season. Strong safety is going to be Durr still, obviously. And we have Hightower, who's getting up there. Chad Ryland, and then Bryce Barringer. So, there's your team. On paper, looks pretty good. Don't think there's really any improvements that we need to make. Yeah, no, I think we're good. I think we're all set. So, hopefully this team, once again, is going to be good in the regular season. That way we can actually advance far in the playoffs. But knowing the game, we're probably losing the wild card once again to some BS. Nevertheless, let's just simulate and see what ends up happening. So I'll go to the midseason and we'll catch up then. All right, we're 4-3, which is good. Not great, but good. We're 4th ranked offense in terms of yards, 18th defensive. It's not too bad. We got the Jets this. Oh nope, don't want to quit yet. Got the Jets this week, but 4-3 is all right. Mac Jones, 9 TDs, 5 interceptions, 106 passer rating, 1,510 yards, 71% completion percentage. Again, if you just cut down those interceptions, it'd be nice. But Jacobs having a good year, 675 and 4 TDs. Stevenson's got 216 and 2, so he's doing his thing out there. Receiving wise, Renfrow is leading the way with 399, 3 TDs, 361 and 2 from Schuster. Jasicki's got 290, 250 from Peoples-Jones. Not too bad on that front. Could be better, but could be worse. I guess we're running the ball a lot, which makes sense. 6 sacks allowed. That's really good. Nice and low. So the blocking's doing their job. Juwan Bentley, 54 tackles, 43 from Tyrann Mathieu. Christian Gonzalez with 30. We got a bunch of guys with 29, which is nice to see. So we're tackling people. We got 4 sacks from Mehu. Always got 2.5, 2 from Bentley and White. So not too bad there. We got only 3 interceptions. Gonzalez and Mathieu, 2 and 1 respectively. Ryland's only missed 1 field goal so far, which punting, kick return, and punt return. So you saw there, 4th in the total yard department. So we are at 15-10 passing, which is actually top half of the league. And our rush is 2nd best, only to the 7-0 Jaguars. So there's that. 21.3 points per game is what we're scoring, which is a bit low for my taste. And then defensively, we have been, in terms of yards, nothing too crazy, but we're not allowing a lot of points. So 120 points allowed is pretty solid. Pass yards, though, we are, I don't know where we are in that department. I feel like we're bottom half of the league, and we are. Rush-wise, I feel like that's going to be closer to the middle, and that is exactly where we are, in the middle. So, I mean, we're just going to keep the team as is. Hopefully we can have a really good second half of the season, potentially, And, I mean, I don't think we're going to get a bye if we make the playoffs because we're 4-3. So, regardless, I'll see you guys at the end of the season. Hopefully we're in the playoffs. All right, we ended up going 13-4. What a nice second half of the season. 9-1 again. We got to take on the Ravens 10-7. They were really good. You can see their rankings. Okay. See the standings in the AFC East and see what we got going on. I mean, the Bills, obviously, they get the bye. I mean, 11-6 Eagles get a bye, which is wild. Yeah, Bills were just too good. 15-2. In our own friggin' division. It's just like, what are you supposed to do about that? Stats and awards. I mean, Mac Jones ended up doing pretty solid. 3,650 yards, 23 TDs, 6 interceptions, 71% completion percentage, really good. 105.9 passer rating. I mean, Josh Jacobs, 708 yards rush, 11 TDs. Love that. Roger Stevenson, 415-8, so he was really good too. Especially as a backup. Hunter Renfrow, 847-6, 762-5 for Juju. Donovan Peoples-Jones, 743-3, 732 receiving yards for Gesicki. Even Josh Jacobs getting a little bit of love as well. Blocking overall, pretty good this season. A couple guys allowed 6 sacks. Bentley, 127 on the tackles, which is a lot. I might have led the NFL. He was definitely one of the leaders for sure. Matthew, 88, 80 for Gonzalez, 71 for Marcus Jones, 70 from Jonathan Jones. A lot of Joneses on this team. So that's good to see. How's our sack situation? Who's got 8, 6 from Owe, 5 from Reader, 4 from Josh and Keon. And then a bunch of guys down here also with sacks. A lot of sacks. I feel like we might have led the NFL. We're definitely up there. We had 8 guys with 8 total interceptions. Brown on the punt, kicking, punting. Bryce there. Kick return from Miles Stevenson. Also the punt return too, because he's our top guy for special teams. Now we were 8th in total yards. That's good to see. Passing to be closer to the bottom because more or less we're running the ball. Second best running team, only to the Ravens, who we're taking on, by the way. 24.5 points per game, near the top half of the league. And, of course, defensively, we were solid as well in that department. We take a look here at the... we didn't actually lead in sacks. The Giants had friggin' 44, it looks like, so they probably were close to the top. Pass yards allowed... I mean, not too bad in that department. And then rush yards allowed also, you can see, not too bad. 308 points, second least amount. We had 36 sacks, which was near the top half of the league. Fumble recoveries, 10. That led the league. A little low on the interceptions, but... All right, let's see how this team does against the Ravens in the wild card. I hope we can get past them, but only going to find us to go to the Super Sim. So I'll see you guys at the Super Sim. Alright, so we're about to enter the Super Sim here, M&T Bank Stadium. So we're going to simulate to the end of the game here, starting it off. Let's see what ends up happening. We score, we can make it 7-0 in the first quarter. Get another field goal there, 10-0 there. Baltimore's going to come right back and score, but we tie it back up. Actually, don't tie it back up. We get another score there. 24-7 right now. Third quarter, Baltimore's going to get a field goal. Going to the fourth, 24-10. They're driving here. They're going to score again, 24-17. And we're going to end up winning 24-17. So we squeak by them. And we advance to divisional. That's better. That's what I like to see there. So shout out to the boys getting the job done. Mac Jones, 74% completion percentage, 240. I can't speak. 234, 2 TDs from Mac Jones. Josh Jacobs, 15 carries, 118 yards. I like that. That's a good game from him. Peoples-Jones, Juju Smith-Schuster. Okay. Those are your guys. Lamar Jackson got outplayed. Right, so we got to take on the Jaguars. They were 12-5. We were a 13-4 team. This should be an interesting lineup, interesting matchup here. They were 6th offense. They're a pretty good offensive team. 8th ranked defense. They are a little bit better than us in terms of rankings. And then overalls, we have them. Also the record and home field advantage. Does that mean anything? Not really. Not in this game. So let's see what ends up happening. See you guys in the Super Sim. We're in the snow again in Foxborough. So we're going to the Super Sim here. Let's see what ends up happening. Jump to the end of the game. So starting it off here. First quarter, Jacksonville gets stopped there, and they get a field goal there to end the quarter. We can't seem to score for some reason. We're down 10-0, and our offense is just not working at all. We're down 17-0. Finally get a score 17-7. But there, Jacksonville's going to score again, and a very pathetic performance there from your Patriots as we end up going and losing 38-14. Just not good whatsoever. Horrible game as we get outplayed by a team that doesn't even friggin' live in a state that gets snow. But they beat us. 38-14. I mean, Mac Jones, I'm a little bit worried about you, man. I might have to trade you if you're going to play like that. 50% completion percentage. Yuck. Disgusting. Our team got absolutely outplayed. Yeah, not a good game from us. But we got one more season, so hopefully we can do something to improve this team, because that was a putrid performance. Super Bowl recap. Giants beat the Jaguars. Daniel Jones, Super Bowl MVP. Burrow, Peterson, Parsons, Boyd, and Ingram getting your rewards. Let's go on to the fifth and final season. We've got a lot of work to do if we want to get this team to actually be good for our fifth and final season. Because if we're going to perform like that in the playoffs, we're never going to get it. $91 million in cap. 15 players already signed. Who are those guys going to be? Well, Marcus Taylor, he's got an option, so we're going to accept him. Reeves, we'd like to keep around. Cole Strange, Daffé, DJ Reader, wouldn't mind keeping. Jones, Stewart, maybe we resign. The other guys here, nothing too crazy. I saw there Trent Brown, wouldn't mind keeping. Ryland, Barringer. All right, I'm going to offer some contracts for the final season. Let's see if we can keep some of these guys, and if they can't keep them, we'll try to get them back in free agency and try to add some more pieces. All right, so Pratt got a lot of the guys I wanted to keep. These guys I'll let walk. I think I'm going to let Ryland and Barringer walk and try to get better kickers and punters in free agency. So, yeah, we have a little bit of money to play around with. I don't know if free agency can be that good. Usually it isn't in the fifth and final season. Mostly just kickers and punters. So, we're going to go on to free agency. I'll see you guys once I am there. And we're just going to see who's out there in the market and try to add some talent to this team. All right, so here is, well, we're actually not there yet, but I made all the signings I wanted to make. So I'm just going to simulate to the free agency recap and show you what we did. So waiting for this to advance. Is it going to work? It finally will. Let's view the free agency recap. And yeah, we didn't make too much signings, but we did get a better punter, Logan Cook, Tyron Smith, left tackle, Young Hoku, kicker. We got Adoree Jackson, Mixon, Blankenship, and then Cody Ford, just another right guard. Let's keep the team back up. Nothing too wild. I mean, free agency wasn't that great. There wasn't too many talented players out there, but that's exactly what I wanted to do for this upcoming for the final season. Now, I do have the draft, but I'm going to just simulate past it, considering the fact that we don't really have any draft picks. So I'm just going to advance to the fifth and final season. I'll see you guys once I am there. So fifth and final season, here is the roster that we've got. I mean, it's now or never, right? Mac Jones still our QB. We got Jacobs, Mixon, Stevenson. We got 3 good running backs. Allen still our fullback. Peoples-Jones with Juju Smith-Schuster and Michael Perez, your wide receivers. Hunter Henry and Jasicki, our tight ends. Left tackle, Tyron Smith and Trent Brown. Cole Strange, left guard. Centers, Pat Moore. Reeves, our right guard. Those have Sherwood and Ford. Marcus Taylor, right tackle. Barmore is hurt right now, so Trent's going to be our left end right now. Omenihu's going to be our right end. We also have Keon White there, too. Reader and Trevino are our defensive tackles. Also Grover Stewart. Josh Jay, left outside linebacker. Mid linebacker, we've got Bentley and Asamoah. Always going to be our right outside linebacker. Mapu we also re-signed. Gonzalez, Jackson, Jones. So many Jones on this team. Corners. Free safety still Matthew, but we do have Blankenship as well. He'll probably end up taking over that starting role. And Duggar, of course, strong safety with Alex Hightower. Kicking, Young Hoku. Punting is Logan Cook. So there you go. I mean, we do have some firsts in 2029, 2020, 2030. So we'll see if we want to make a trade there at the midseason if we need to acquire an additional piece. But, I mean, this is the team. I mean, for the most part, this should be a good team. We should be able to make the playoffs. The problem is, in the regular season, doesn't really matter too much. It's all about improving the team for the playoffs, because for some reason in the playoffs we just struggle. So hopefully that doesn't happen, but I don't have high hopes. I mean, if there's really one move I wanted to make, it would be like getting a really good wide receiver just to round out the team. But I think for now, let's just keep the team as is, and I'll see you guys at the midseason, and maybe then we'll try to get a really good wide receiver. 6-1 at the midseason. The team's looking really good. Our second-ranked offense, 16th-ranked defense in terms of like yardage. The offense is really good this year. Dallas, taking them on. They're 1-5. Hopefully we can beat them. Let's take a look at the stats. This team's looking really good this season so far. But again, it's all about how we do in the playoffs. Mac Jones having a nice season. 60 TD, 7 interceptions, 70% completion percentage, 109.9 passer rating. He's throwing a lot too, which is nice. Josh Jacobs, 6-14 and 7. He's doing really well. Stevenson out there too. I don't even think we have Joe Mixon anymore. I signed Joe Mixon, and the man's not here. Where's my man's? He's not here. Receiving, Smith-Schuster, 498, 2 TDs, 337, and 3 for Michael Perez. We've got Josh Jacobs. He's still here. We've got Donovan Peoples-Jones, Hunter Henry. That's looking good there. In terms of our blocking, overall, only 6 sacks allowed so far, which is good. Leroy Jackson, tackles 51. To lead the team, Christian Gonzalez with 40. 30 from Hightower and Samoa. 30 from Duggar Matthew. 27 from Dath Owe. Charles Omenihu, he's got 26. In terms of QB sacks, 2.5 from Omenihu, 1.5 from Reeder and Trevino. Owe's got 1 as well as Trent and Duggar with half sack. 4 interceptions to the team, not a lot. Young Hoku, perfect so far. Punting, Logan Cook, kick return, and punt return. So the team obviously 6-1. You can't be mad at that. The team's doing well. It's second best offense in terms of total yards. Of course, the Vikings undefeated right now, somehow, some way, but they are. Pass yards going to be at the top, third best, and our rush is also close to the top as well. We're scoring 29.3 points per game, which leads the National Football League. And how's our defense looking? I mean, you saw our defense. Nothing too wild to write home about, but there it is. 1294 pass yards allowed. That is pretty low. Our rush could be better. That's definitely not great. 195 points allowed is also literally worst in the league. That's interesting. Our defense is kind of ass, but we are 6-1, so I can't be mad about that. I do want to get a wide receiver or something like that just to bolster up our weapons on the offensive end. So if I can get one, I'm going to do it. I'm going to make a trade, and I'll see you guys once I have a trade. How much money do we got? Let's see. 9.39. Yeah, I think we can get a wide receiver for sure. Let's look out there and see if we can get a really good wide receiver for, relatively. All right, I traded for Cooper Kupp from the Rams. 2 firsts, 2 seconds, and a third-round pick. That is our big wide receiver acquisition. Now, I do think I could make one more little trade here to improve the team. Would be too crazy, but I just want to add a little bit of depth here. Maybe I can move a player to free up a little bit of cap room. I'm kind of curious to see who we have here that would be able to be moved. It's like a little bit of a cap hit here. I mean, maybe like Jasicki we could throw in there and free up some money. And then we'd throw in like some draft picks here and there and just try to get like a different player. I think that wouldn't be too bad. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. And we'll see what I can get. Alright, traded for Noah Font, Jasicki, some picks. So slight upgrade at that tight end position. Nothing too crazy. But yeah, Noah Font, welcome to the team. I'll see you guys at the end of the season. Hopefully we can make the playoffs and should be able to make the playoffs. I'd be surprised if we don't. All right, well, good news. We made the playoffs, but we also got the bye. We got the bye, so we're automatically in divisional. I mean, if any season is the season to win it, it's this year. So let's look at the stats and see how the team performed. Mac Jones, I mean, not too bad. 27 TDs, 10 interceptions, 102.8 pass rating, 6 times completion percentage, 111 yards. Rushing, Josh Jacobs, 12-19, 16 TDs. Beautiful stuff there. Roger Stevenson as a backup, not too bad, too. Receiving-wise, Juju Smith led the way, 1,021 receiving yards, 3 TDs, 807 and 4 from Cooper Kupp. He's a little bit older now, so I guess it makes sense that he's not doing as well as he used to do. We got Noah Font, Peoples-Jones, so looking good there. Blocking, rather. Overall, okay. Could be better, could be worse. Leroy Jackson, tackles 106, 87 from Hightower, 85 from Gonzalez. Samoa the second, he's got 83. Duggar with 73. You can see DJ Reader has 48, 5.5 sacks. Led the team. Uche with 5, 4.5 from Omenihu, 4 from Owe. And you guys can see the rest of the guys down here with sacks. We had 12 interceptions as a team. No, 10 interceptions as a... No, 9. I can't count. 3 guys with 2, 3 guys with 1. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 1 is 3. 6 plus 3 is 9. There we go. 69. Nice. All right. Young Hoku kicking overall was all right. Logan kick punting, kick return, and then we get your punt return. Michael Press, shout out to you, man. TD there. So, yeah. We were the second best team. Vikings 13-4 as well. You can see their passing yards allowed is a little bit high for my liking. Or actually no. This is offense. My bad. I'm an idiot. That's good. We want that. And then our rush is also close to the top. Yeah, we want that. What am I talking about? Scoring wise, yep, top 5. Close enough to it. Patriots D looking good. This is where we don't want that high of yards, and we don't have that high of yards. Beautiful. Rush yards allowed. Yeah, a little high. 378 points allowed is actually pretty high up there. We did allow a lot of people to score against us, which is kind of weird, but nevertheless, the team was good. Now we got the bye, so we're going to the divisional. Let's see what we're taking on. I'll see you guys once I'm there. Houston Texans are the team that we're going to be taking on. Houston Texans, 7th ranked defense, 5th ranked offense. I mean, look at that. It's tight. Gillette Stadium, here we come. I'll see you guys in the Super Sim. We got to get the job done this season. This is our 5th and final year. Hopefully, we can make a deep run. I want to win the Super Bowl. All right, here we go. Super Sim. It's sunny today. I love that. I love the sun. All right, Sim to end the game here in the divisional. We're going to start off there 7-0 on the Texans. Make it 14-0. Good start there. Second quarter on the way. If Texans get a field goal, we score again. Make it 21-3. And in the second half there, we get a stop there. 23. Looks like we're going to end up winning this game here. 35-3. It's a blowout. 35-10. And we I'll let the Texans score again. 35-17. Hey, I'll take it. We're in the conference championship. That is exactly what we needed as we beat them 35-17. We did what we needed to do. We took care of business. Mac Jones, what a game from him. 274, 3 TDs. Tua did not do that well. Jacobs had a nice game. Cooper Kupp was solid. Peoples-Jones was good. We'll take that. Let's go on to the conference championship. All right, conference championship. It's going to be the Chiefs, man. The Chiefs are a tough matchup. They weren't a great defensive team, so if we could score against them, that'd be nice, and we just can stop their offense. Man, they are, I mean, ranking-wise, they're obviously a good defense. I guess just in terms of overall, so you see 87. But I don't know how much that matters. I mean, it matters when it's the CP, but when it's me, it doesn't matter. I know that. All right, conference championship, here we come. Let's go to the Super Sim. I'll see you once I'm there. All right, once again, Gillette is where we are going to be playing here against the Kansas City Chiefs. They're a tough matchup, but hopefully we can win. Let's see. Simulate to the end of the game. We're starting it off here. We're going to not score. Chiefs not going to score. They're going to get the score there in the second quarter. 7-0. We're having a hard time scoring. Can't seem to stop them. It's 14-0. And we are getting blown out here. 21-7, third quarter. Can we get a stop? They get a field goal. Touchdown 24-14. Yep, and we're going to lose here. 31-21 is our final. As once again, we get stopped by the Chiefs. And that's really unfortunate. 31-21 is how this video ends. That's just it. You can't make it up, man. You can't make it up. Chiefs get past us. Not much you can do about that. And I mean, Mac Jones had a great game. I mean, 268, 3 TDs. I mean, it's pretty solid. I mean, Patrick Mahomes was good too. Defensively, just weren't that good. Couldn't score in the first quarter either. I mean, they didn't score either. We didn't score in the first half. So when you do that, you can't win. So, all right, let's go to the full screen, close the video. I guess let's just see who wins the Super Bowl first. So let's see who won the Super Bowl. It was the Chiefs. Justin Reed, Super Bowl MVP. Mahomes, Peter Gaffney, C.D. Lamb, Will Anderson Jr. Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, respectively. Todd Freeman from the Jets and Evan Kelly from the Vikings, winning Rookies of the Year. Not that it really matters, since this is our 5th final season and they are auto-generated. Nobody cares. All right, with that being said, let's go to the full screen and close out this video. All right, guys, well, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, comment down most videos, go to socials, playlist, second channel, main channel, down in the description if you like on to be DJP. I mean, we're making the playoffs, man. It's just we can't seem to get have any success there. We almost made it all 5 seasons. Probably could have made it all 5 seasons. The only second season was the one we missed. But, you know, losing in the wild card 2 times or however many times it was, you just can't have that. You can't have that. Especially when you're, like, a really good team. You lose to a team that's not as good as you. It just can't happen. So, either way, hopefully enjoyed. Take care. I don't know who the next team is. It's going to be our final NFC team in the playoffs that didn't make the playoffs, and then we're going to have the playoff teams. So that'll be based on where they lost. So if you lost in the wild card, doesn't matter how good you were. You could have been 17-0 and lost in the wild card. We're doing you next. So that now it's based on where you finished in the playoffs. So, all right. Take care, everybody. We'll see you soon. Peace.